Hi, this is day 2 of long division. So we are on objective number 2, long division of polynomials. Again, if this is your first time seeing this lesson, make sure you are writing along with me. If you need to pause, pause. This will be taught on Friday the 5th, 9/5. Okay. The do now for this day was to factor 5x squared plus 32x plus 12. Now this one's a challenging factoring problem because notice the 5 in front of x squared. The first thing you want to check is, can you divide everything by 5? You can't. So here's the trick. What you do is you multiply 5 times 12. 5 times 12 is 60, right? 5 times 12 equals 60. So then we're going to make our MC chart, our multiply combine chart. We're going to multiply to 60. We're still combining to 32. Okay. The idea here is we want to rewrite 32. That's our goal. So write down everything that multiplies to 60. 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, 6 times 10. So those are all the numbers that multiply to 60, right? Then we're going to add across, combine across. So 1 and 60 is 61, 2 and 30 is 32, 3 and 20, 23, 19, 17, and 16. Now we're looking for which numbers combine to 32. There's your 32. So the 2 and the 30 are the numbers we're going to use. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite the polynomial. Instead of 32, we're replacing 32 with 2x and 30x. So I'm going to write it as 5x squared plus 2x plus 30x plus 12. Okay? So now I have 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. I took a 3-termer and I turned it into a 4-termer. So now what we're going to do is we have 2 binomials, basically. 5x squared plus 2x and 30x plus 12. We're going to find the GCF of both of those. Okay? We're going to factor using GCF. So what goes into both 5x squared and 2x? Well, nothing goes into 5 and 2, but notice there's x's everywhere. So my GCF is x. Divide everything by x. When you divide by x, you get 5x plus 2. Put parentheses, and the x goes on the outside. And then we're going to take the 30x plus 12, and we're going to find the GCF of that. What goes into both of those? The GCF is 6. So divide everything by 6, and you also get 5x plus 2. Parentheses, put the 6 on the outside. Now remember, there's a plus here. So now notice we have a 5x plus 2 everywhere. So the answer is 5x plus 2. And then what's left over? We have that x plus 6. And we just factored, right? This is the harder type of factoring, but we're focusing on that because we are seniors now. This is pre-calculus, no longer algebra 2. Okay? All right, so now let's jump in. We're going to do some long division. Okay? All right. Let's just do one of the just plain numbers because I don't want to spend too much time on this. 6, 5, 7, 6. Okay. So remember, we're doing this to keep in mind what we do when we're doing long division. So the first thing, does 8 go into 6? No. Does 8 go into 65? Now think about, what does go into mean? It means divide, right? So how many times does 8 divide into 65? So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, 65 divided by 8, that's like 8 point something, right? 8 and change. So I put the 8, right? And then I multiply. 8 times 8 is 64. Subtract. Right? You get 1, and then bring down the 7 and the 6. And then repeat. 8 into 17. So I'm thinking 17 divided by 8 is 2 point something. Put a 2. 8 times 2 is 16. I'm subtracting. I get 16. All right. All right, now how many times does 8 go into 16? You get 2. 8 times 2 is 16. Subtract. All right. So let's look at this process. I divide, put the number up top, multiply, subtract. Divide, put the number up top, multiply, subtract. Divide, put the number up top, multiply, subtract. It's the same process over and over again. And that's exactly what we're going to do when we do long division. Okay? All right, so now there is a number 2, but I'm going to skip it. It's just another number. I'd rather focus online on the actual math polynomial problems. All right, so you have 2x cubed plus 19x squared plus 31x plus 56 divided by x plus 8. Okay. So first thing we do, write the x plus 8 on the outside. So write it like a long division problem. 2x to the third, 19x squared, 31x plus 56. Okay, so again, step 1, how many times does x plus 8 go into 2x to the third? We're going to ignore the 8. We're going to focus on the x, right? So how many times does x go into 2x to the third? That's division. So just like before, we take 2x to the third, divide by x. 2x to the third, divide by x. Remember, when you divide, you subtract exponents. There's a 1 there. So you get 2x squared. We divide. We put that number up top. And now we multiply. This is harder because the multiplying is actually the distributive property. So what I'm going to do on the side is put x plus 8 and multiply. All right? So we're distributing. 2x squared times x is 2x to the third. 2x squared times 8 is 16x squared. All right? We multiply and we put that number underneath. 2x to the third plus 16x squared. Now we're subtracting. But remember, when you subtract, we're subtracting everything. We're subtracting everything. It's not just a minus right here. We're subtracting both of these terms. So I'm going to put a minus there also. 2x to the third minus 2x to the third is 0. It cancels out. 19x squared